Here to you again, 2022. Today is the 4th of January. It's our first live in 2022. Welcome to everybody. Ciao Martin. So you can see, I'll just put this a little bit more over here. And I find a clean piece of paper, which is this one. I can put this on the side. I take off my glasses. And I really want to reason with you, about those shapes. Okay. So when we have a flat surface, okay, basically it's like a mirror. No? Like the mirrors we have at home. Flat surface, it will show you exactly the same image that will be in front of that flat surface. All right. Ciao Anish. Anish, don't worry. I just started. Okay, good Anish. Thanks. You are not very much on watch because you are young, but when you will be older, I think that you will be more interested. Then the extreme to this, if this is flat, the extreme it will be if we have a cylinder. Because with our cylinder, okay, the surface from flat becomes round, okay? And also the sphere, because the sphere is a ball. Therefore, everything is around. So there it's gonna be really, ciao Real, happy new year to you too. So there too, there will be some really strange things with the images, because everything is really around. It's a ball. There is no stop like here. Like here it's flat and here it's round. And then we have another shape, which is the conic shape. Okay? And here too, it's a set of ellipses. So everything until the point it's around. Okay? Even if this section it's straight. Okay? So it's the combination of all those basic shapes, because this one could be the cube, okay, which is flat, made of flat surfaces, okay. So it is the combination of all those surfaces that make our car surfaces. I know that we never think, when we sketch, we never think the cylinder, the cube or the sphere. But when we analyze the surfaces, once that our sketch is finished, and we had to put sections of our sketches to make for example, a virtual model, then you realize that we are talking about solid shapes. And when those solid shapes are together, very often there are fillets, right? So let's make an example. Let me take some extra paper. Okay, so let's make an example. So if I have, a cubic shape, okay, here, in perspective, and then I have a big sphere, what happens? It's like this cube is inside our sphere. Okay, So section, 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 section. You see? I make a darker line and thicker line on the outline of our shapes. As you know, I already said this many times, when we have objects we can grab, in sketching the line is thicker, like here. And all the other ones have thinner lines because I cannot grab around here, okay? So what's gonna happen here when we have a reflection? Hi Pandya, Happy New Year to you too. So the big question is this one. What's gonna happen to the reflections of those two basic shapes together? Okay, let's try. I'll take a gray marker, okay? Here, let's imagine that here we have a big black building, okay? Here. It's here. It's not very tall, okay? But it's kind of far, okay? It's kind of far. At least, I don't know, 10 meters far, okay? So this building is reflecting into the sphere and is reflecting also into the cube, a part of the cube, that surface. Okay, so in this surface, the building probably will be like this. You see? That's the building reflecting there. And on the sphere, that building I will show you. Then there is another thing that is going to happen here. And for that I need a darker marker like this one. The top part of my reflection will be darker. And also the bottom, because the sphere is picking up from the ground. So there is another reflection in there. Here, no. Here we can say that we have just our gray, like that. And there is here a very nice transition between dark and light. You see? Okay, so now that we did that, I think that you understand a little bit better. You see, always make a shading, you know, from dark to light, always. Okay, so this is a first case, let's say, with two solids, okay? Okay, now let's take another page, and let's make a similar exercise, but a little bit different, which means a little bit more complicated. Okay, let me think. I have cylinder. Okay. And this cylinder and then here okay, as you can see, I left some white in the middle of my fillet after I used the white to do it. So now let's say what happens to the sky. Here the sky it's gonna be like this. And here it's gonna be like this. Now, as you can see, in the fillet, we can find a part of the sky, okay? But don't worry, after I will put the white. Okay. And now there is another thing we have to do. I just had to make a little bit darker here, but always darker on top, okay? And also a little bit here. Okay. Okay, now there are two sides, okay? This one, it's going to be darker because the light is coming from here. So this area, it's gonna be lighter. So here what I do, I kill, I do more like that. And here also, I make this part a little bit darker. You see? Now you understand how they are turning, okay? Hi Carson, hello, hope you are having a good day. Yes, I am. Like to ask you, it's okay for the sky flit apart to not stretch downwards? I don't understand, to not stretch downward. You mean that the fillet does not come all the way down here? There is always a little bit of light that comes in, always. So that's why I'm doing it. Then here we can go a little bit darker. Here too. and here too, because this is darker. Okay, so now because this part it's reflecting what's coming from this part here, I can imagine, for example, that in this area it is slightly darker. So I put a little bit of this gray, you see, in this area, only on this side. You see? And I do the same thing here, because it's this one and this one are facing this part here. So they are very similar. Okay, so this is another example of what it means when we take two solid shapes and we mix them together, okay? Now we'll do another exercise. It's going to be the last one. New page. Okay, to do this one I will use a pencil because I feel more comfortable to make my outline, okay? Okay, so you understood already that this is the back. Ciao Meherad, ciao, thank you, happy New Year to you too. This is the back of a supercar, okay? We can imagine here, you know, but what I'm interested here, it's really what's happening here, okay? So first I will draw the sections, okay, of this side. This is the back of a car, okay? Like this. And then in this area, as you can see, I have this classical high light catch surface. So when it gets here, comes out, and then comes in again. And then it's gonna be doing just a simple cylinder there, coming out with a fillet, and comes in. Okay, then I put my line all the way. Then here it's like this. It becomes already a little bit more round than those two, you see, because here it's coming out again. Therefore the surface is a little bit more round. And then here it follows that one. Then this one, it's really round. Then here it's always the same surface. Then here it's really like that. You see? Do you feel a little bit the shape now? Now, let's not forget the upper cylinder, okay? Where we have our glass. And then we have our structure, okay. Okay, so now that I did that, this section, it's coming down here. So the section here, it's gonna be like this. Okay, now that I have that, I know more or less where I am. So I will take my pencil and I will draw the zero section. You see, this one, like that. This is a character line. Okay? So, because we have a character line, which has a break here, you see, here there is a break in every section. Okay? Our reflection will go up there and will stop there. As we said the other time, reflections does not want to follow the strong change of a surface because it's scared. Because from here to here, it's a big change, you know? It's a big change. So, what happens? I show you. I take, before I do that, we have also this one, okay? Here we have the reflection of our glass, side glass. So, first of all, this is our side glass. Okay, so now that I did that, there's one thing extra that we have to do. Because it's true that this is the reflection area of all the things that we are on this side, okay? This is a cylinder on top. This is a cylinder. This part, it's spherical. It is a spherical part. And this one is more a cylinder part. And then here becomes spherical again, because you see, it's round like that, and it's round like that, just like our sphere. Okay? Round like this, and round like that. And here too. So reflections in here are gonna do something strange. Ciao Aurelian, now I'm using AD markers, okay? It's the chart pack. But I have also the Copic markers. I'm trying to finish those so that I can get rid of it and just use the Copic markers. So the first thing, the first lesson we know is that the top of reflection is always darker and it comes down, becomes lighter. So let's do it. When I do it, do you see that I follow the line of the section? Because the reflection follows that. You see? And now I fixed this because it was a little bit too around. So you see, I can still make some modifications to improve it. okay? And then this part, as you can see from the section, it's like that, which means it's picking up from the ground, the reflection, okay? And the reflection from the ground, it's really dark because this is a shadow, it's a ground. Ciao Carlos. So we make that really dark. And we do the same thing in this area, you see? It's like this here. So I will go up, coming down. You see? Edoardo, bellissimo, con un semplice effetto riesco a fare il segno di doppia curva. Grazie Edoardo, grazie, thank you very much. Okay, now that I did that, there is one more thing I have to do. I take this gray, darker gray, and I will bring it down until here. Like this. I'm doing this for proportions, only for proportions. Okay, now I take the darker gray that we used before to make the dark parts, and I will do what I told you before. Don't forget, every reflection goes from really dark to lighter, because in the darkest spot we will have the white against, and that's why we have that high contrast that will create the real glossy reflections. You're welcome, Carlos. Hey guys, if you want to offer me a coffee, you have the super chat. For those free lessons, you can make a little jest, okay? A little present if you feel like, okay? Don't feel free, just in case you want to. Thank you. So, on the glass, I'm doing it. Okay, so the glass is done there, you see? Hi, Jay Patel. Now let's do it the top. Okay, so you see, now we have some really nice blacks area. Now a little bit here, very light. We need that black line there. And a little bit not on this surface, because this must be dark gray, because after I put the black here for the shadow, but a little bit on top, so that I can still create a little bit of that type of dark light, you see? Okay, now let's put the shadow. My wheel. All right. Okay. Okay, now we have the shadow. Wait, so that you can see better. Yeah, it's a sort of a chiaroscuro, you're right. Now let's make the wheel. And then I have to do it here. And I will start in the middle because this is the core. Do you remember that there is the core is the concentrations of the air, the sky, the atmosphere. So reflections are here, but the sky on curved surface, it's concentrated in what we call the core. So the core has as the middle part is dark. So I go in the middle. I follow the shape. Okay, so now that I did that, I think that you really understand, how the reflections get on top of a car according to the section, okay? Because that's very important, not to forget. This section, this is a cylinder, okay? This part is a cylinder. This one, all that surface. And then it goes onto this top cylinder that has a different orientation. You see? And then we have this top structure that has a different orientation. It's always a cylinder, but it's different. You see? Then when it comes down, in the central part, it's a regular cylinder. You see? But when it comes on the side, because the surface becomes spherical, okay, spherical, okay, Jay Patel, ask the question while I complete, don't worry. Then those sections change. This is more like a ball. You see? Comes in. This one too. Okay. Then I can put a little bit down there because there is light that is filtering, You have to imagine like a window that has some sunlight coming through, you see? How nice. And then we have another one here, big one. Then we have a little bit here, small, always elliptical. Then we have the last one, we have it here. Okay. Okay, now I have to finish because I have super chat or super sticker. Thank you very much. And I really hope that Friday at the same time at 5 p.m. European time, you will be here for our design talk. And we will talk about research and development design studios. What do they do? We will discover together. Bye.